right here in the space. What's good with you? There it is. What's good, YouTube? I know y'all can't see me right now. What's good with you? There go YouTube right there. What's good, YouTube? How y'all feel? How you feeling this morning? Come on in. Come on into the assignment. Did you hear me? I said we might as well come on into the assignment. How y'all feel this morning? Come on in. Gather around the table. Did you hear me? I said, come on in and gather around the table. That's where we need to be. At the table. We might as well come to the table. You might as well. What you think? You think you're going to be able to stand out here in society, stand out here in this world, stand out here in this community, stand outside of the table? You think you're going to have the ability to do that? Can I shoot you one solid? Can I shoot you a solid? It's going to come a time in your life you're going to have to gather around the table. I'm telling you that right now. I know y'all might not be able to see me right now. I'm getting ready to cut it in. YouTube, I know you can't see me right now. It's all good. It's too dark in here right now. But you're going to have to gather around the table of your own thoughts and your own capabilities, your own abilities, your own, you know what I'm saying, agility. You know what I'm saying? You're going to have to eventually gather around the table. But anyway, how y'all feel this morning? Come on in to the assignment. Come on in to the assignment. Come on in. You might as well come in. Ain't no reason to be outside right now. It's too hot out there. It's too hot out there right now. You might as well come on in. Did you hear me? I said you might as well come on in. Ain't no reason not to. It's too hot out there in them elements outside. Mm-hmm. It's too hot. I know y'all can't see me. Can y'all see me when I cut this go live? We are live. We're on the air. How about that? We're on the air. Come on in. Gather around the table. I know we probably haven't gathered around this table in a little minute, but at the same time, I did come in here with a word. I came in here with a suggestion. I came in here with an ideology. I came in here with an understanding. I came in here with a privilege of understanding. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes we just gotta, you know what I'm saying, walk this thing out in a practical application. Because what I'm discovering, sometimes people will have the theoretical framework down pat, right? They'll have the theoretical framework down pat, but the practical application of it all, they'll leave you hanging. Did you hear me? I said they will leave you hanging. What's good with you? YouTube, Facebook family and friends, how y'all feel this morning? Come on in to the assignment. You heard me? You might as well come on in and gather around. Did you hear me? I said you might as well come on in. I ain't finna play with y'all this morning. Come on, y'all ready? On the march, get set, ready. Look, y'all ain't ready. Y'all ain't ready. You ain't ready. Listen, I keep telling y'all when y'all come in, you're not gonna always be ready. Listen, sometimes the creator of all things will call you into something, right? that you're not already ready for. And I believe that that's sometimes it's designed to prepare you as you get ready. And so I'm here this morning to tell you, you're not going to always be ready. You're not. I'm letting you know that as a human being in the earth, you will not always be ready for everything that the creator of all things have assigned your hands to. But I believe that as long as you have trust, and as long as you have the ability and the agility to do the assignment, in spite of anything you may feel, ooh, I say, in spite of anything and how you may feel about the situation, as long as you have the trust and the wherewithal and the power and the vigor and vitality, then you can get it done, no matter what the assignment is. And so I'm Kendrick B. Davis, Sr., your thought-provoking specialist. I'm here on assignment just to provoke thought. That's all, to cause you to think past the narratives and past the ideologies by which I believe that people want you to believe about yourself. And they'll limit you and tell you only got 5 senses. I believe that we have more. Did you hear me? I believe they'll tell you got sense of taste and smell and sight and hearing and touch and things of that nature. But I believe we have more senses. But I ain't finna go there with y'all this morning. But come on into the assignment. How y'all feel? Come on in. On the march, get set, ready, go. Woo-wee! There he is. There he is. Come on in. How y'all feel this morning? Y'all might well come on through. You feel me? Did you hear what I said? I said you might well come on through. You might as well. There's no reason to be on the outside looking in, peeping behind curtains. You standing outside, peeping in behind the curtain of life. Instead of just coming on in through the door, you want to peep in through the curtains and try to see, what is he talking about today? Like, what is this guy talking about today? Yeah, get on in here and have a seat. You might well come on in and have a seat, sir. Hey, ma'am, you might well come on up and through here and have a seat. You know what I'm saying? And be normal in the space. You feel me? Come on through the assignment. It's all good. And stop peeping around the curtains of life. Y'all need some clarity over here, YouTube. Let me see if I give y'all some more clarity. Oh, boom. That is. Yeah, how y'all feel? I got my face back there. I see my dollar sign. I mean, I got the 100. Y'all got to gather around the table right there. Come on in. Gather around the table. How y'all feel this morning? Come on in. Come on in. Come on into the assignment. It's okay to come on in and show your face and stop peeping, trying to see on the low. Hey, you want to come in here and peep and see on the low. See that thing says you're live on the air? You see you on Facebook? You see it says live on the air. Yeah, come on into the assignment. I'm live. I am Kendrick B. Davis, Sr., your thought-provoking specialist. I'm here for no other reason than to provoke thought and cause your shifting to happen, right? Because shifting and growth is inevitable. And I know people want to come into your life and say, I don't want you to change me. And I don't want to be changed by you. I want to stay the same. Let me tell you something. If a real true person, right? Let me take this off. Let's see. Do I have my hair? I got a bad hair day. Do I have a bad hair day today? I just want to see. But let me see something with y'all. How y'all feel this morning? Come on through the set. You feel me? You might well come on into the assignment, because I am Kendrick B. Davis, Sr., your thought-provoking specialist. I'm your health conscious coach and your intellectual content creator. I'm also your podcast professor. And so I ain't got my lab jacket. You heard us say, you heard us say, that's a Miami word right there. I ain't got my lab jacket with me. But at the same time, I do have my covering. Don't get it twisted. I might not have that lab jacket because it's in the cleaners getting cleaned up. I forgot to pick it up yesterday. Saturday. But anyway, I'm here this morning. I'm here at the same time. I'm glad to see y'all. I'm glad to be, in your presence, if you will. And maybe the presence that we have to be in each other's presence is based on y'all standing in the audience at the same time. Maybe this is my stage, and maybe all the lights are on me at the moment, and it's okay. I don't mind because I know that I've been called and chosen to do this. You feel me? He told me on October 15th, 2022, to open the laptop and speak into the mind of the people. And so ever since that day, I have been here. I have never missed a week. I missed several days that I make up for on a Friday or a Saturday. And I missed last week, Tuesday, because I was traveling down to Miami. And when you're in them planes and you fed 1,000 feet in the air, he will give you downloads. At least it happens to me that way. And so at the same time, I was flying and I flew in and flew out the next day, flew in one day, Tuesday morning, and flew out the next day, Wednesday morning. But I got a lot accomplished in that 24-hour period. And I'm here to tell every individual on the sound of my voice, as long as you stay tapped in, ooh-wee. I say, as long as you stay tapped in, you got to stay tapped in. When you out and about, and you walking through your assignment in life, you got to stay tapped in, man. There's a certain level of tapped inness, if you will. Hey, did you hear me, YouTube? There's a certain level of tapped inness that you're going to have to remain tapped in. Even when you're moving and you're shaking and baking and you're grooving, you're moving to the groove of life, you still have to remain tapped in. And so I'm always cognitively aware, Did you hear me? I say I'm always cognitively aware of everything that's happening around me and everything that's happening in me and through me and with me, right? I'm just always aware. I'm never sleeping. I'm never not awake. And so sometimes I believe in this thing called life. People want you to go to sleep. And they'll call it the American dream while you sleeping. You know it ain't no dream. Listen, nothing come to a sleeper but a dream. I don't care if you're daydreaming, you're still not cognitively aware if you're daydreaming. And so at the same time, I'm just here this morning to tell you, stay tapped in. Ooh-wee. So we got to tap all the way into the assignment. Tap all the way into your assignment. Whatever your assignment is on your life, tap all the way into it. And it's okay to be tapped in. And so I'm here this morning. I'm here for no other reason to assist or to guide or to lead or to orchestrate or to navigate or even manipulate. Yeah, your thought process, to massage it. Massage your thoughts. You know what I'm saying? And when you massage them, it brings more life and fresh oxygen and fresh energy to your thoughts when you massage them. Yeah, same thing it'll happen with your scalp. If you missing certain parts of your scalp, your hair follicles is falling out, maybe it need a good massage. Get you a rake or a brush or a comb, and you just massage your scalp. You'll start seeing significant changes when you start massaging because it brings oxygen to the area by which, may be lying dormant. You understand? So I'm just here this morning to talk and to speak and to tell you this, you know what I'm saying? And sometimes I know that people don't want to, you know what I'm saying, move on and move out. Did you hear me? I say sometimes it's hard for people to move on and move out. Sometimes people in life get stuck in ruts, right? And it's hard for them to move because they get so comfortable with familiarity. That's the word. They're extremely comfortable in their familiar state. And their familiar state keeps them in the same path or in the same pocket, if you will, because they're familiar with that environment and with that atmosphere. But get them out that environment and take them out that atmosphere, and you'll see a significant change. And sometimes I'm believing at this moment that growth is inevitable, but it requires something. Did you hear me? I say growth is inevitable, but it requires you to do something that you haven't done before. And so at the same time, I'm here this morning to tell you that growth in this thing and in this life and in this season of life, growth is inevitable. You gotta grow. I don't know. People say, I don't want you to change me. I don't want to be changed by you and your presence. Okay, well, you might need to reconsider some things, man. Hey, bruh, you might need to reconsider some things if you don't want to be changed and you are afraid of change. Then I don't know if that's going to flow according to the power that worketh within us, because we are all energy sources, even of itself. Just we are energy source. We are balls of energy. And so, how is it that you want to come into a person's life and don't want to be changed, or don't want that energy that is exuding that individual's life to exude in yours? I believe that change is inevitable. It don't matter who you're in the presence of. You're either gonna be changing for the good or you're gonna be changing for the bad. It's either two things. Now, I think that if you're changing and you're growing and you're changing for the better, for the betterment of yourself and for the betterment of society and for the betterment of everything that you got going on, right? And for the betterment of all the things that you have going on. I'm just believing right now that change is good as long as you're going higher, as long as you're expanding, as long as you're exuding, as long as you're enhancing, as long as you're acknowledging, as long as you're expansion. As long as you're having expansions, then change is good. And so at the same time, I don't want this thing to keep disturbing me, but y'all know I'll stop it all together. Especially if you're gonna keep giving me commercials. But the only reason why I cut this on because it has that all-seeing eye, and it's circling around and it says that all your blessings and all your abundance of blessings will come your way through this sound. And I believe that there are sounds in the earth, right? I'm starting to believe that there are sounds in the earth. There's sounds in the earth that you can tap into and cause you to shift, and cause your mind to shift, and cause your thoughts to shift, and cause the inevitable to shift. And so if you don't want change and you don't want enhancement, then maybe need to reconsider some things, because I'm not trying to change you and you're not trying to change me. But I'm noticing that certain things, certain change is gonna happen. It's gonna happen, and it's inevitable. But anyway, how y'all feel this morning? Come on through the assignment. Come on into the assignment. Did you hear me? I said, come on in. You might as well come on in and have a seat and sit down at the table of your own thoughts, right? I just prepare a table. You know that the word says he'll prepare a table in the presence of your enemies. And I don't really feel as though I have any enemies. And if they are enemies, then creator of all things, reveal them to me. I don't believe I have enemies, but I might have a few out here in society. But anyway, I'm here this morning, and I am Kendrick B. Davis Sr., I am your thought-provoking specialist. I'm your health conscious coach and your intellectual content creator. I'm also your podcast professor. Even when I don't have that lab jacket on, I'm still professing. You can believe me, you're going to get some professor going on around here at certain parts of life and certain parts of this thing. I was actually looking for my ball right now because, I normally take my shoes off and rub my feet on this big, it's not a tennis ball, it's like a big softball. And we know that reflexology is every organ is under the bottom of your feet, right? The bottom of your feet attaches every organ, your heart, your spleen, your liver, your kidney. All of it is under the bottom of your feet. And so if you take a ball, like a tennis ball, or I prefer a bigger ball, like maybe like a softball, you know what I'm saying? And mine kind of like got that little fluorescent green color. And I take that ball. Oh, I got it. I found it. I got it. I found it under my table. It's under my table, y'all. And so I roll my heel. I roll the bottom of my feet. I roll the arch part of my foot. I roll under the bottom of my toes. You know what I'm saying? And you just sit there, and then at your office, in your office, you put that ball on the floor, and you just roll the bottom of your feet. And I believe that it sends a message to all the other parts of your body and all your organs, your brain, your liver, your kidney, your eyes, all of it is connected to the bottom of your feet. Just Google reflexology, reflexology. It's the study of reflexology. It's under the bottom of your feet, and every organ is connected to the bottom of your feet. But anyway, I ain't come here for that this morning. I actually came here on assignment, as usual, right? Y'all know I came here to say a word into the mind of the people. I sit here 4 days a week, Monday through Thursday, in the 9 o'clock hour, just to speak, right? This is my assignment. And so I understand that you have to remain tapped in, even when I'm not logged in on the laptop, or even when I'm not speaking into the mind of the people. I'm still walking in the earth, tapped in, right? Tapped into all my thoughts, tapped into my creativity, tapped into my abundance, tapped into my wherewithal, tapped into my power, just tapped in. And so you got to remain tapped in out here so you don't lose yourself. Remain tapped in. Yeah. Remain tapped. I think I done got me another little, I found me another little love, y'all. Here she is right here, look. A little pineapple. Now this 100% pineapple juice. Dole, right? Now, I know Dole make good juices because they don't have any high fructose corn syrup in them. And so Dole, I go get Dole apple juice, Dole pineapple juice, and things of that nature. And so it's all good. But right now, I came by here this morning to tell you something. And I know that sometimes, like I said earlier, that familiarity will keep you stuck in an environment, right? Because you're familiar with that environment. And the familiarity keep you not wanting to change and make changes. But I believe that as we grow, just like how we grew from an embryo, just like how we grew from a seed, from a sperm cell and an egg, I don't believe that you can come into an individual's life and don't change them and they change you. Because we are energies. And being that we're energies, your energy is going to interact with my energy, and my energy is going to interact with yours. That's how communication happened, through the energies. And so at the same time, I'm here this morning to tell you that you're going to have to move past your past. You're going to have to move past the past, man. Past the past pains and the past hurts and the past misunderstandings. You've been misunderstood before. We all have at certain parts in this journey of life, right? We're all on this journey. We're all on your own individualized odyssey. And so at the same time, there is a path and there is a life's curriculum that has to be endured by you. I can't walk out your life's curriculum, and you can't walk out my life's curriculum, man. You have your own individualized life curriculum that you're going to have to walk out in your own and put shoe leather on your own walk and walk your life's curriculum out. It's different from mine, and mine is different from yours. But as we embark upon this thing called understanding, and as we embark upon this thing called life and life's curriculum, that life is going to give you a curriculum that you're going to have to deal with death in the middle of life. I had to deal with death with my child. In the middle of doing life, I had to deal with death, because death is a part of life and life is a part of death. You can't have one without the other. Just like up is a part of down and down is a part of up. In is a part of out. How can you have out without in? In and out is the same. And so this is Buddha psychology, but I don't want to go there right now, because as soon as I say Buddha, everybody, oh, he's preaching something different. No, I'm not. He told me to tell them that all of it is a part of it. All of it. You can't deny any part. And so being that we're in this thing called life, and we're in this thing called understanding, and then we're in this thing called knowledge, you might as well get it. And all of it is a part of it. And I know you don't want to actually tap into all the parts, and that's okay. But I'm here to tell you that all of it has a part to play in life's curriculum. Your ups, your downs, your trials, your tribulations, your triumphants, your victories, your victoriousness, everything that you have, all of it is a part of it. And so I'm here this morning to tell you that sometimes the blessings, I can stop right there. I said sometimes, not all the time, but sometimes the blessings is in the departure. Ooh-wee. And so I got to tell y'all this story, because sometimes in this thing called life, your blessing, ma'am, is in your departure. Ooh-wee. And sir, so I'm here this morning, right? I am Kendrick B. Davis Sr., your thought-provoking specialist. I'm here as your thought provoker. I'm here for no other reason than to provoke thought. And so I'm here this morning to tell every individual under the sound of my voice that sometimes, not all the time, but you're going to have to make the determining factor that sometimes in this thing called life, right, that there is the blessings that's upon your life is in your departure. Ooh-wee. And so he will cause you sometimes in this thing called life to depart from where you are. Because you can't stay there in order to receive the blessing. The blessings are on the other side of you departing. And so you got to make a decision. Ooh-wee. Like I have. I had to make a decision. I stood flat-footed in my living room, right? And I rolled my head back, and I expanded my lungs and rolled my shoulders outward. And I expanded my whole lungs and turned my palm of my hands out to receive. I stood in the middle of my living room and made a 360-degree turn and said, what would you have me to do? Ooh-wee. Sometimes I keep telling you, you're going to have to remain tapped in, ma'am. Ooh-wee, you cannot walk through this life untapped, because this life and this life journey that we're on and this life's odyssey that we have to go through have to remain tapped in to all of it, because all of it is a part of it. So you got to make sure that you're tapped into the part by which you have to get your understanding. And so I'm just here to tell you my story, because he keep telling me, tell your story so I can get the glory. Ooh-wee. And so I don't have a choice in the matter. Good morning to every individual that's tapped in. And I tell you, tap on in to the assignment by which it's on my life. And maybe you will hear something that will prick you or cause you to tweak some of the thoughts by which you are thinking. I'm just here to tell my story like I'm being obedient. And he said, tell your story so I can get the glory. So I stood in my living room the other day. It was August 8th. And I said, okay, what would you have me to do? What would you have me to do? Because one thing I'm discovering in this thing called life, one thing I do not want to do is do anything that's not designed. It's not, that doesn't have a divine design on it. You got to make sure that it has a divine design stamp on your movements in the earth, so that you can remain tapped into the source by which has given you your calling and charged you your assignment. And so I'm here this morning to tell you that I stood in my living room and I laid my head back and I did a 360-degree turn. And I said, what would you have me to do? Ooh-wee. And I'm here to tell you that he said, depart from where you are. Ooh-wee. And so I know that I can no longer be where I am. That sometimes in order to expand, sometimes in order to move, sometimes in order to get to the next dimension, you got to move from where you are. You can't stay where you are, ma'am, in order to get to the new level. Hey, bro, you can't stay where you at. You heard what I said. You can't stay where you at and expect to go higher, because there's a new dimension, there's a new realm by which he desires you to go to. And so the blessing is in the departure. You're going to have to depart. The blessing is in the departure. And so here it is. Ooh-wee. What is departure?
The action of leaving, especially to start a journey.
Ooh-wee. The action of leaving, especially to start a journey. Ooh-wee. So as I stood in my living room a few days ago, a few weeks ago now, because we're in September, at the same time, he will let you know when you're tapped in, ma'am. Hey, sir, when you're tapped in and when you understand the assignment that's upon your life, and when you know that you have the action of leaving, especially to start a journey, you're going to have to depart. The act of leaving, that it's an act of leaving somewhere. A departure is the act of leaving somewhere. Think about it as an airport that has departure gates for outgoing passengers. and an arrival area for people flying in. Since departing means to leave, a departure is an act of leaving. There are many types of departures, such as when you go to the store or when you take a flight. And so I'm here this morning to tell you that sometimes, ma'am, the blessing, right? Sometimes the blessing that's on the other side of you departing. And so you cannot get there. Sometimes, absolutely, that leaving is the best decision that you can ever make in life. To stay would be detrimental to your natural health. Ooh-wee. Especially if the creator of all things and the Messiah has told you that your time is up there. Your time has came to an end at the place by which you are at the moment. And so sometimes I know familiarity will keep you there, ma'am. I know that the environment and the atmosphere by which you are is comfortable. And so you're comfortable in that state of mind that you are. And you don't want to ruffle nothing. But I'm telling you right now, if you stay, your life will become limited. If you stay. If you're disobedient and you actually stay past the point and past the time by which the creator of all things has told you to leave, then guess what's going to happen? I wouldn't be here in Atlanta right now. Had I stayed in Miami, I wouldn't be the blessed man that I am at this moment had I stayed. And so when he said your time is up here in Miami, in the church you were in, and it was a beautiful ministry that I was in at that moment. But he said that it's time to go. And my blessings is attached to the departure by which I had to make. Did you hear me? I say, ma'am, your blessings are actually attached to your departure. And so I'm here this morning to tell you, I know you're comfortable where you are. And I know you might want to stay there an additional year and renew your lease and renew your assignment in the same location by which he said if your time is up. But I'm here to tell you, be careful for being disobedient. Be careful because that year might be a year full of struggles because you didn't depart and you wasn't willing to depart when he said your time was up. And so I'm here this morning to tell you that sometimes the blessings, did you hear me? I put an S on the end of blessing because they're plural. It's not a singular blessing that is coming your way through obedience. I said that sometimes the blessing, ooh-wee. I said sometimes the blessings is in the departure by which he's called you to. And so yet the last week before I flew out, right? Last week Sunday before I flew out, I actually had to go and get grounded. And so I went to what now I know is Arabian Mountain. I done been to this watering spot. I call it a watering hole, right? But it's a breath of fresh air with greenery all around you. And I wish I could just show y'all. I wish I could show y'all, but I don't want to lose my point. And at the same time, I had to go and get grounded because I knew I was getting ready to take a flight, and I knew I was getting ready to fly out of Atlanta, getting ready to go to Miami. And so at the same time, I can y'all see this? Can y'all see where I was? Can y'all see where I had to walk through? I walked through a whole little forest, right? I found this, but this is Arabian mountain. I didn't know. Look, I'll be show y'all some pictures. I hugged a tree, y'all. Hey, I sat back on the ground and put my butt on the ground of the bark of the tree, and at the same time laid my bare back against the tree. And I absorbed all the treeness of it all on the leaves and the ground and in the dirt and the water and the sand and just ground it to the earth, right? And so at the same time, this is how it looked when I came through these paths, right? There's certain paths that you're gonna have to go down through in life. And all of it is not going to always be paved paths for you to walk your pretty self down this pretty little path that's paved. We ain't talking about that. We talking about the real essence of life right here. If you want to go get grounded, right, I recommend Arabian Mountain. I laid out on these hot rocks, and this water was going down through the mountainside and through these rocks. And so at the same time, y'all know I've been blowing up with my knee a little bit, right? My knee been blowing up a little bit. And so at the moment that I felt as though I might need something, it wasn't given to me. And so what I did was I went on down through the mountain, right? Through this pathway, walking down through this forest. It's like when you, as soon as you enter in, you know you in a forest, right? Like greenery is all around you, but it's beautiful trees and tall trees and leaves and mountains, and it's just a beautiful scene. And so as I walk down through the pathway to get to the water, that it's a good little ways too to get down through this pathway to get to the water. And so when you come out of all the trees, then you're at this watering spot where people are just sitting out there, they're laying out. Some people got their easels out there painting. Some people is out there just, doing all their little stuff. They sitting out there, they're chilling. They might bring a cold drink and they're sitting there and they got a little, 4 or 5 girls just sitting out on this mountain. And they just talking and chopping it up and getting in the water and splashing themselves. And it's just a beautiful scene to be in nature, right? And so I went down through the mountain and I got to the watering spot, and I took my socks and my shoes off and I put my feet in the water on these hot rocks. And I laid my body back on the rock, on this hot rock that just, and just absorbed everything that I believe the sun, the sun, had to give to me. And so I took my glasses off and my hat and made sure that I was able to receive everything that the sun, the sun, has for me at that moment. And I got charged up, and got black too. Hey, look, let me tell you, black folk get tans too. Don't get it twisted. But anyway, I laid out there in that hot sun and received everything that the universe had for me at that moment. And I was intentional about receiving. And I believe that when you turn your mind into a tapped in possession, a tapped in position, where you can tap all the way into your thoughts and your innermost being through the sun, the sun. I believe that the son is connected to the sun. And I believe that he comes through with power, vigor, and vitality to give you the melanated recharge that you need in your body. It's melanated. Yeah, that melanated recharge. And so I sat out there and pulled my shorts all the way up and let my thighs got burnt and my legs get burnt and my ankles and my calves and my feet just got burnt and got all the sun. Almost to the fact that if you lay out there too much, it will drain you, especially if you're not hydrated. And so on my way back, about 2.5 to 3 hours later of laying out there in the sun, on my way back up out of the mountain, up out of the path by which, he had led me down. I was like, man, I need like a rod or a staff. I said, I need a rod or a staff. I didn't think about this on my way down. But on my way back up out of it, I thought about I need like a rod or a staff, right? And the creator of all things, he said, didn't he say that I will be your rod and your staff to comfort you in the time of trouble? And so I kind of started feeling kind of weak coming up out of the way of being drained by the sun, right? And I believe that at the same time, I got halfway up out of the thing, moving back towards the top of the mountain. And I just got kind of tired. And I reached down and saw it. I saw a tree, a nice tree. And I just grabbed hold on to the tree. Ooh. I believe now I am a natural tree hugger. I held on to that tree with my dear life. And I believe that now I am a tree hugger. I believe I'm a tree hugger, y'all. I hugged the tree. I promise I held on to that tree. I ain't fall. Hey, look, I held on to the tree as long as I could, and then I turned my back to the tree and I slid all the way down to the base of the tree. And I sat there with my hands all in the leaves and the dirt, and my bare back was on the tree, receiving all of the energy and the knowledge that tree holds. I believe the trees had the ability to speak. It would tell us so much that has happened in the atmosphere by which they have grown to be 30 and 40 feet up in the air. That tree that I held on had to be about 30 to 40 feet in the air. And so at the same time, I believe if a tree had the ability to speak, I put my back to the tree. I slid down to the base of the root of it. And I sat there for about 5 or 10 minutes. And at the same time, I kind of regained my composure and gained my strength from the tree. Look at that. I'm always trying to feed something. I'm always eating something. Look at that. See? Yeah, always eating. Hey, this is my tree experience, y'all. Here's my tree experience. You see it? This is my tree experience. Yeah, you see the tree right there? Yeah, here's my tree experience. Put your back against the tree. Hold on to nature. Let nature hold on to you. Yeah, and absorb it from the capacity by which it's been designed for us to tap into. And I enjoyed my tree experience. Oh, y'all want to see, y'all want to see me slide all the way down to the base of the tree? See, I slid all the way down to the base of the tree. Hey, I slid all the way down to the base of the tree. And I sat there for about a good 10, 15 minutes until I regained my composure. And after I regained my composure, I want to show y'all something. After I gained my composure, right? After I gained my composure, I said after It was only after I gained my composure, as I was departing from the place by which I believe had given me the strength and the power and the recharge of the melanatedness in my skin, right? I came back up out of Arabian Mountain, right? I got to the beginning. I got to the beginning where I first went in from. And guess what I saw? Guess what I saw, y'all? Guess what I saw? My staff. Ooh. Didn't he say he would be your rod and your staff? Didn't he tell you that he would become your rod and your staff? He will protect you. And so my blessing didn't come. Ooh. I said my blessing didn't come until after I departed from Arabian Mountain. That I brought my rod and my staff with me. He gave me only after I came and I recovered and I restored and he requickened and he reestablished my footing, gave me my second breath. But it was until after I was departing that my blessing came. Ooh-wee. And so I'm here this morning to tell you that your blessing will come. You just got to be willing to go through the process. Look how long my rod is. I can't even keep this thing. Look how long my rod and my staff, they comfort me. Ooh-wee. The Lord is my shepherd, and I shall not want. He maketh me to lie down in green pastures. He leadeth me beside the still water. He restoreth my soul. He leadeth me in the path of righteousness for his name's sake. Yea, though I walk through the valleys of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil. For my rod and my staff, they comfort me. I prepare us a table in the presence of my enemies. I anoint my head with oil, and my cup runneth over. Surely goodness and mercy, shall follow me all the days of my life, and I should dwell in the house of the Lord forever. Did you hear me? For his house dwells within me. I would never walk away from the knowledge by which he's given me. So my rod and my staff is here to comfort me. So my rod didn't come until I departed. I didn't receive my blessings, ma'am, until after the departure. Did you hear me? And so sometimes the blessings, did you hear me? I said sometimes the blessings, you gotta hear me from the perspective by which I'm telling you, sometimes the blessings is in the departure. So I am here. I'm Kendrick B. Davis Sr. I'm your thought-provoking specialist. I'm your health-conscious coach and your intellectual content creator. I will never create anything less than intellectual content, because I'm here to tell you that sometimes the blessing is in the departure. You will never get to the next level of your understanding and conscientiousness and your knowledge without be willing to leave the familiar from behind. You're going to have to leave the familiar behind. Did you hear me, ma'am? You might have to leave the familiar from behind. Now you're going to have to leave the familiar behind and reach into the unknown. You're going to have to reach for the unknown. But he said that his rod and his staff will comfort you in the times of trouble. And so as I depart, as I make my departure, did you hear me? I say, as I make my departure, I have my rod, I have my staff. It didn't come until I departed from out of Arabian mountain. And it was laying there beautifully, just laying there. Dirt and grass had grew up past around it. And all I did was look down. I got back to the portion of where I just looked down. And when I looked down, this rod and this staff was looking right back up at me. A perfect size for me. It was perfect in its size. Y'all can't see the full length of it. I can't even show you. See, this is the full length of it right here. You see it? You see it? When I tell you 6'2", 245, 235-pound black man, look how long this rod. It's touching my ceiling right now. I can't even. Look. I got my rod and my staff is with me. Ooh-wee. I said, I got it. It ain't going nowhere. Yeah, I could grab my rod and my staff. I got it, y'all. This is my strength. This is my power. This is my perspective. This is my peace that surpasses all understanding. I brought it with me to never depart from me. I found my rod and I have my staff. Ooh-wee. Let's go. You ready? Are you ready? Ooh-wee. I'm just asking you, are you ready to go? Because sometimes the blessing, ooh-wee, is in the departure. Did you hear me? I said sometimes the blessings upon everything in life is based on your willingness to depart from it. But you got to be willing. You got to be able. I say you got to be willing and you got to be able to depart. So I'm here. Ooh-wee. I'm here on my assignment, telling the world, telling the masses, telling society, telling the community, telling each individual under the sound of my voice from a global perspective that sometimes the blessings is in the departure of it all. And so I'll hold on to my rod and my staff that will forever support me. So I'm thankful and I'm grateful. I say I'm thankful and I'm grateful Did you hear what I said? I said I'm thankful and I'm grateful. I don't want to leave y'all without doing this. I said I don't want to leave y'all without doing this. But welcome, welcome, welcome. Did you hear me? I say welcome to the Hourglass Era, where the sands of time converge in the morning, Monday through Thursday, in the 9 o'clock hour. I'm peeping around my corner. YouTube, you see me peeping at you? I got my rod and my staff. I said the sands of time, this welcome to the Hourglass Era, where the sands of time converge in the morning, Monday through Thursday, within the 9 o'clock hour. I am Kendrick B. Davis, Sr., your thought-provoking specialist, and I'm on assignment. Allow us to guide as we delve into the depths of our consciousness and navigate the interwoven pathways of the mind. Join me on this thought-provoking journey where we explore the spiritual, intellectual, and physical realms, peering into the very essence of health awareness and holistic understandings. Everything on this earth is symbolic of the hourglass concepts, and its center represents neutrality, balance, a pivotal metaphor for our journey here in the hourglass. Just as the pH transition from acidity to alkalinity, so too must we navigate our thoughts from discordance to harmony. It's about transversing the realms of the 7 chakras and unlocking the spiritual experiences and aligning our conscious selves with the greater aspect of life. Ooh-wee. Each session here unravels the unexplored conscious thoughts of human existence and inviting you to awaken, transcend, and comprehend the vast expansions of our inner world. So, come, tune in, and let's embark together on this extraordinary odyssey towards enlightenment. Ooh-wee. I said it's towards enlightenment. And so I thank y'all for chiming in with me this morning. Did you hear me? I said I thank y'all for chiming in with me this morning. Thank you for being here. Thank you for my rod, my staff. I found what I needed. I didn't even know I needed it at the moment by which I found it. But it's here with me from this point on. I got my rod and my staff with me. Yeah, it comforts me in the time that I need to be comforted. I know I'm over the hour. I say I know I'm over the hour, but I got my rod and my staff. I came by here this morning. Did you hear me? I said I came by this morning to tell every individual under the sound of my voice that sometimes, I didn't say all the time, I said sometimes, ma'am. I said sometimes, sir. I say sometimes the blessings is in the departure. I know I would have never been right here where I am today had I not was obedient to departing from Miami. Who would have ever known I would be right here on this live this morning had I never departed from Miami? Sometimes the blessings are in the departures. You're going to have multiple departures here in this life, on this earth, on your assignment. You're going to have to depart. I could have stayed in school for the rest of my life and became a career student. But I got my master's degrees already. I have them. I can't stay in school forever. I had to depart from the school by which I matriculated, right? Come on now. Departure is a part of life. And I'm here to tell you that sometimes the blessings are in the departure. I got to go. Y'all be blessed. I am Kendrick B. Davis, Sr., your thought-provoking specialist, and I'm on assignment. Y'all be blessed. Hotep, hotep, hotep. I'll see y'all again tomorrow. Y'all be blessed, YouTube. I'll see y'all again tomorrow.